All right. Well, I am live, it says on YouTube, on my TV, and on my phone. So I do see that two people are watching. I don't expect a lot of people to be watching. But if you do tune in and you do have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, this is, in case you missed it, last night I didn't get finished with the rebuild on the giveaways from B-Rad Slot Car Circuit and Scott's House of HO Racing. And so the only one I was able to get done last night was the Patrick Clark's TYCO car. And we had a successful run on it. And if you want to see this one get rebuilt, you can go back and watch Monday night's Slot Cards episode. This one was won by Mike Oliver. And I didn't get a chance to do it last night. And by the time Buster and I got done with our dinner, quite honestly, didn't have the motivation. So I told everybody that I would go ahead and just save it for today. But I did go ahead to kind of help speed things up. I did go ahead and rebuild the Magnum for the giveaway car for this Saturday night. So if you are free this Saturday night to watch Slot Car Saturday Night Live, you'll have a chance to win this fully rebuilt chassis. And it was rebuilt the very same way as what we're going to do on this one today. But since I didn't expect as many people, I figured I'd just do one chassis, and that way it'd give me more time to answer questions or at least interact with the people in the chat. So the only difference between this one and what we did is this is a bar magnet in the back that's clipped in. And so you got to put the chassis together from the bottom up and not from the top down. So, yeah, that's the only real difference. But it was all rebuilt the very same way and polished. And yeah, right here. There we go. See, it needs some oil, but she's a runner. So, like I said, I'll get them all oiled up after I get done cleaning the axles and stuff like that. Okay, so I do see some people joined in. Hey, John. Hey, B-Rad. Hey, Josh. Hey, Luke. Hey, William. Hey, Mike Roth. Yeah, well, you know. Hey, I know life gets in the way sometimes, guys. I completely understand. Trust me, if you guys don't know anything about my channel, you know that sometimes life just pops in on old Scott unexpectedly, and things rapidly change. So if you missed last night, I'll run through the parts list again, because everything that's out here that's left is going to be getting put into this chassis. So once again, this one is for Mr. Mike Oliver, and congratulations to him. And this one's for Mr. Patrick Clark, and this one goes with this body. And everybody that's just a subscriber to the channel will have a chance to win this car, thanks to B-Rad Slot Car Circuit and Scott's House of HO Racing co-channel giveaway. And the only thing that's been done on this body is I had to re-glue the back wing. That's why it sits so low. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah. Hey, Adam. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you must have not seen the end of the show last night. I told everybody that since I didn't get finished, I would finish up today, and I'd make sure that I left plenty of time for people to do what they needed to do so they could catch Bob at the Electric Avenue at 6:30 tonight. So I don't want to infringe on Bob, and I don't want to run even close to where Bob's at. So that way he has time to, people can watch and start chatting and stuff like that. Like I said, and I didn't see PTT live, so I figured it was a good time. So the parts list. So if you missed Monday night show, real quickly, I'm just doing what I would consider a slightly better than factory rebuild on these. In fact, I've got another setting. There we go. Zoom you in a little more. So I've got basically doing just what I would consider a little better than factory rebuild on these. So I'm going to be replacing the brush springs, the brushes, the shoe springs, and the shoes. And then we're just going to clean everything up and make it look as good as these other two did. Hey, Joe, I see your package is coming on the way, so thank you for getting that shipped out. Yeah, if you guys missed it, if the post office does their job, we're going to be auctioning off some of Joe Guyver's extra cars from his collection. So if you're a member, tune in Saturday night so you can pick them. And if you're a subscriber and you're not a member, tune in Saturday night on the subscriber show, and you have a chance to try to win some of Joe's personal cars. Just like these are B-Rad's cars, and you're getting a chance to win one of his personal cars. Like I said, this is the Magnum that I did earlier today. But we're going to do this one live. So we're going to replace the tires too. So let's see here. Yeah. So there's the springs that I'm using for the shoes. E57s, dual springs. I'm upgrading it to dual springs. Upgrading it to ski shoes. And the reason why they call them ski shoes, in case you missed it, is because they're flat and they don't have that ridge on them like that. So better electricity conductivity. And if you missed last night, you see those little tabs right there. I am going to have to modify these shoes to work with the dual springs. So while I've got these out, I'm going to go ahead and grab one out. You notice the parts are thinned out, and that's because they're in the other one there. And if you missed it, I do use Wizard exclusively on all my parts, except for my motor and traction magnets. And for those, I go to Hardin Creek HC Slots. Call Terry, great guy. He's got more knowledge than I'll ever know. And he's always happy to help. Well, let's see. I'm on the struggle bus just trying to get one of these out. They're all looped together. There we go. See, I wanted one, so, 5 came out. Hey, Rich. I watched your, they didn't produce it 57 Chevy while I was rebuilding the TYCO, the first one today. Yeah, it's funny how that book gets everything all wrong on a lot of things. But and no one's, I don't think, is ever going to correct it because the days of books are over. Because nobody wants to publish them. And I don't think anybody's going to invest the money it's going to take to redo one that's correct. But that's just my opinion. But if somebody's a millionaire out there that's listening and watching and wants to do that, we would be more than happy to assist. At least I know I would, and I know Rich would too, because like I say, between G-Bud, Rich, and myself, I think we have a good 90% of that book. I don't need to get any carbon brushes out, but these are what I'm using. I'm using copper motor brushes, 80% copper, which is an upgrade over the factory ones. If I was using my silver package, then I would use silver brushes, but this is just, like I said, a standard rebuild. But one thing I do upgrade to silver is the brush springs, E27A 6000 Delta high trim springs. So silver coated. And if you missed it last night, silver and then is your most conductive metal, and then copper is your next, and then gold. So don't be fooled into buying gold parts for your car, is my point. You don't need them. They're just there to say you got gold. Little money saving tip there for you. All right, so we got our silver springs, we got our 80% copper brushes, we got our flat ski shoes, and then, like I said, once I get the axles all cleaned up, then the rear tires will get new gel claws. And if you're needing some gel claws, protinkertoys.com got a new shipment of them in, and I'm sure Brian and Mac would love for you to get a hold of him and make him chip some. Oh, yeah, Joe. Hard to defend me. I watched Brian's auction. Trying to win a free membership. Nice. Well, this Saturday night, we're going to give away 5 of the ones that YouTube gives away. So good luck, William. Hopefully you win one of those, and you get to join in on some of the member show, and you see that it's worth actually paying to join. A lot of people that get the free memberships ended up staying. So let's get this party started. So we're going to start from the very beginning. Oh yeah, well, sound is different than electricity. I same but different, but yeah. So yeah, gold would be better for your audio files. Electrical, like these electrical motors, then silver would be the best. Silver and then copper. And obviously copper is cheaper than silver. That's why you see all the copper parts. So anyway, what I'll do is I just break it down, and I can see that this one's front axle is in some serious need of some cleaning. So set it off to the side. The rear one's not too bad. A whole lot better than the front. Yeah, because they have the money rich, and gold has a higher melting point than silver, is my understanding. But I'm no NASA guy. Hell, I'm not even an engineer. And then the next thing I do is take off the shoes. And I'm just going to pile all the used parts here because they will go with the car to Mr. Oliver in case he needs an emergency spare factory spring or something like that. And then here's my famous bread pry trick that I use if I can spit it out right. And all I'm doing is doing this so I can keep the motor assembly and the bulkheads together when I separate them from the chassis. And then my little trick is that I go opposite corners from each other. So I'm on opposite sides of the stator. And then I just twist it a couple times to try to get it tight like so. Lower temp on gold. Okay, see, there we go, Joe. Joe would be the guy that would know all this stuff. There, we got our engineer in here. And then, like I mentioned last night, these narrow chassis have they have a lot more what they call nylon in the plastic, which makes them a lot more flexible. If you have a wide pan chassis and it's a solid black chassis, those are the really super stiff ones, and those are the ones you're going to want to use for racing, as an example. Anytime you start putting high downforce traction magnets and motor magnets in these really flexible chassis, the chassis will actually flex and move, and so it's going to be really inconsistent for the car to get traction because the way the car is always going to be flexing depending on the pull of the rail, how close it is. Just got a metal shard in my finger. Nice. So anyway, there's my trick to do that. If you're wanting to build a super fast TYCO, I suggest steering away from the narrow chassis and going for the black. But since we're not using a black chassis that's really stiff, I don't need to get a screwdriver to pry it in between there to kind of hold it out. You can actually do it with your fingers or hands, however you want to do it. And I just push, rotate down. And then, yeah, sometimes a motor magnet decides to come with it. But we will be reusing these, so I'm going to stick those in my little Dawn if you missed that last night. I'm going to pull that one out. Yeah, see, that one's growing stuff. See that on the corner? Oh, B-Rad used these bad boys. And so there, now we have our bare chassis. About 5,000. 5 wood splinters in your hand. Yeah, I heard you saying you're building on your train table. Hey, Kevin. Silver required a hotter iron. Oh, okay, cool. Be rad. So there we go. So I'm going to let that soak in there. Then the next thing I do, like I said, most of you guys already know this stuff, but just in case on the offhand that someone's watching that hasn't seen this before, yeah, there we go. In case I need more light, I just want to make sure I had it. Next thing I'm going to do is take off the single shoe spring. It'll unattach itself on both sides. Put those in a little pile. Then the next thing I do is pull off the brush barrels, and that's what those two little gold things are right there. They're brass. Tighten that up a little bit. And you want to be careful when you're doing this. I always gently pull and twist at the same time, really slow. And that way, if you're good, you can catch it without it flying away. Or in some cases, they're already stuck in there, so it's easy. Like that one looks like that was kind of broke. Gotta get me a toothpick. See if there's a spring stuck in there. Yep, there it is. So, I'm not going to stick that in there, but I am going to clean out the inside of the barrel. Hey, John. And I polish those, clean them off really good for better contact with the spring when we get to that point. So get the other one out. And yay, success. And well, you know, that stuff fell right out. Boom. That's how it's supposed to work right there. It just falls right out. So now we're done to this point. So we can dismantle my little bread tie thing. We can take off the front bulkhead. And we can let it soak in my little Dawn water. We can take off the magnets, let them soak in the Dawn water. They're dirty. Yeah, see what they're doing to my fingers already? Oh, yeah. Looks like this one's seen its fair amount of oil. If you didn't see last night's show, we polished a turd, and we're going to have to do it again today. You can see there's a lot of hair and oily, gritty stuff on there that we've got to clean off. Oh, you're welcome, John. I hope he likes it. It's nothing like what Adam gave him, but, you know, now he has a car to run on the track that had no cars. So I don't know if you've opened it yet or not, but if you haven't, then I won't give it away. If you have, then... Oh, no problem, Joe. Not yet? Okay, then I won't say. I'll let him, I'll let you tell me whenever he does open it. So the next thing I'm going to do here is there's a couple of little bushings. You can see them right there. Yep. See those two little bushings on the end of the stator? Those got to come off because you don't want to damage them unless you got replacements. And right now I don't have any. So, wow, look. We don't need the hair. We don't need the oil. Let's see what else I can. Some people are afraid to get their fingers dirty or whatever. If you don't want to get your fingers dirty, you can um, get a paper towel if you want to. All right. So here, let's hold it up to the camera and see if I missed any hair. Yeah, there's still some on there. Get that off. Yeah, Kevin, you should give it a quick rebuild real quick if you got the parts. Okay, so we got a good chunk of the hair off of it. I de-oiled it with my fingers. So now what I'm going to be doing off camera so I don't have to stretch across the table is I'm going to be using said Dremel to polish. So diamond in the rough, exactly, B-Rad. So she cleaned up pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and run over the stator a little bit, get rid of some of that surface rust, and I'll be right back. All right. Well, I guess I'm done since the Dremel just died. So there's our finished product. It looks a whole lot better than it did when we first started. My fingers don't, but it does. So I think it turned out pretty good. Next thing I'm going to do is use the ballpoint pen to run in between the edges right there and smooth out those gaps and get rid of the high ridges to help the brushes stay on the stator and not bounce, and help the brushes live longer because they're not catching a sharp edge. And like I mentioned last night, if you do a few of them, you can actually feel the metal roll down when you do it. So it's a feel, you'll get it. But just any old ballpoint pen that fits in between there. B-Rad said that he used a pencil and put graphite in between them to help keep them from skipping. That's a good idea. I just don't know how long it would stay in there. All right. So it's not going to show up really, but they've all been rolled. Hey, Paul. So We got our motor assembly ready. We're not even close to this part yet. Next thing I need to do is some cleaning. So I'm going to clean these barrels real quick on the inside with a toothbrush and some Dawn water and try to get out any oily residue that's in there. And of course, I dropped one in the bowl. In case you're wanting to see what I'm doing, I'm trying to read the chat. A common cutter. Oh, nice. A com cutter. Well, yeah, get all fancy on us, John. That would be the way to do it. Yeah. I'm low buck hillbilly Scott. I mean, come on, man. I'm using toothpicks. And hey, if you remember last night, this one wasn't that bad on the inside compared to the one we had before. So that's actually a good sign. Cool. Yeah, John's a fancy boy. He's like those routed track people. You should have never said that, John. You almost think I drive a Chevy. Oh, that's good stuff. And so there's some. Wow, $275. John, you can get those at like Hardin Creek. You can get them at Wizard. I don't know that Viper carries specific ones for TYCO, but the Super G Plus chassis and the 440 chassis share a lot of the same parts. Yeah, that one had some crud in it. He still has one, so it sits in a box. Well, it is his. He can do with it what he wants to, but that seems kind of a waste. But, you know, it's like what I tell everybody after you buy the cars in the auction, you know, they're your cars. You do with them what you want to. Obviously, we're done with this toothpick now because it's dirtied up. So the next thing I'm going to do is a little cleaning. The last time I got my nylon brushes, I was sitting here thinking while I was talking, I got them from Wizard. And if you missed it, this is my soft brill toothbrush and Dawn water and soapy water, basically. Dawn breaks down grease. Original Dawn has no alcohol in it. And that's what I use. OG Dawn, the original, none of the fancy stuff. Set that out. Give the magnets a little scrub. It looks good on my TV. It might be your internet. Yeah. Now, if my voice changes, it may be because I'm not aiming my mouth at the camera. That happens some. John uses fancy Dawn. I do have a gauze meter, but that's for my, you know, my more serious builds for a factory rebuild. Unless it was going to be a racer, you know, a spec class, then you're trying to get, you know, everything matched, then that's a little overboard. But if you're trying to race them, for sure. But I do have a gauze meter, and that's measures the amount of the magnetic field that the magnet's producing. But I like what Mark with Mark Slot Car Garage has better. He's got one that he just sticks them on there. They didn't have that whenever I got mine. You upgraded yours to a power model? Yeah. Yeah, mine's power too. It's a half a horsepower. Yeah, you look at the bristles on this brush and tell me I'm not cleaning stuff off of here, man. This is, yeah, pretty dirty. And last but not least is the front bulkhead, and then it's going to get some special Q-tip love to get in there. Yeah. Hey, Steve, thanks for showing up, buddy. And thank everybody for showing up, man. Like I said, there's almost 20 people here, and I didn't expect 10. So thank you all for showing up. And like I said, I've already got this chassis over here done, so we're just working on the one. So I plan on trying to be able to answer questions if anybody's got any. And obviously, I've been wrong so far a couple of times today, but that's okay because I learned to correct myself, and that's how we learn. You know, you don't know unless you try, and you don't know about information unless somebody's there to tell you different. So, look at that nasty water. Yeah, I think that one's used up. That was used on all three chassis. So now all I'm going to do is grab ye old Q-tip and take advantage of some of the water that's still on the chassis, and get in the places where that toothbrush probably couldn't get because it's a soft bristle. Yeah. Someone's trying to call me while I'm live. Oh, nice. That's a good idea, B-Rad. Brake cleaner and compressed air. Yeah, that's an idea too. I've never even thought about the brake cleaner part. That's a good idea. A little more expensive than my Dawn and water, but it still worked. Contact cleaner. Oh, for like your eyes. Okay, yeah, there's a good idea, Paul. So those of you that have contacts and your wife wants to know why you're going through so much cleaner, just tell them you've found a new purpose for it. Woo-wee. Yeah, look at that. Oh, not contacts for eyes. Okay. Well, you had me going there for a minute. I was like, well, I don't wear contacts, so I'll just take his word for it. you know, don't want to tell Paul that maybe your eye cleaner should not go on your slot cars, but if he found a new way to do it, then far be it for me to tell him to stop. You know, electrical contact cleaner. Now that makes more sense. Yes. Okay. Okay. I feel you now, Paul. Hey, Norm. WD-40 contact cleaner. Oh, cool, Paul. See, I use the WD-40 all the time, but I haven't used any of their other stuff. So obviously, I need to invest. That's a good call. And be careful, nobody will write your prescription you may not like. All I'm doing is just cleaning and drying off the magnets really good because obviously, we're getting ready to start assembly and I don't want water with electricity. I don't want to screw up our little project here at the very end because of lack of preparation before installation. And if you're saying why are you going through all this trouble for a car that you're just giving away, as well, it's because I told everybody this is what I would do. I'm reading the chat while I'm doing this stuff, so hopefully, is it donut time? Hey, cool, Luke. Nope, wrong channel. We don't do donuts on this channel. I don't eat in front of everybody. I may take the occasional squig of Mountain Dew, but no eating. Super Threes by Auto World. Quite honestly, Norm, I've never had a Super 3 apart. Anytime they've just died, I just replaced it. You're good, Luke. I thought it was funny though, man. Uh, I got the reference. All right, parts clean. So now need to prep the chassis for assembly. So I'm going to borrow one of the back tires that will be included with the rest of the used parts. And this one used to have 440 times 2 on it. So put that there. Let's see here. Putting in my traction magnets. If any of you guys have built TYCOs before, it's inevitable. One of them will just fall right in, and the other one will act like you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole. It just blows me away. Rich is going to design a ×3. Well, come on, Rich, get on it. So there's what I do to hold the traction magnets in place when I reassemble. Use an old tire, stick in there. Yeah, they still make those rebuild. They still have them available if you can find them for sale. A lot of people end up getting a lot of money for them. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just use my fingers to clean the bushing off, and then we got to stick it back on the edge of the stator. Well, In case anybody was wanting to know what I was doing. So reassembled, all polished and cleaned up and shiny and nice. Edges have been rolled. Let's see here. So your white magnet is going to go on the left, and your red magnet, or in this case, if it has nothing, will go on the right. And then when you're putting on your bulkhead, you want to make sure, well, there's no lint and stuff on it. But when you're putting it on, you want to make sure this is on the top side, those two little tabs. Very important. Otherwise, you have to disassemble it and take it all back apart and just rotate that. Awful lot of work if you get in a hurry and forget. So this is what your assembled motor assembly should look like right here. They do sell them? Okay, cool, John. I just always buy my stuff from Wizard on my TYCO stuff, so I wasn't sure. I don't want to give any more bad advice than I've already given today. And before I finish the rest of the assembly, I'm going to do my little bread tie trick so that we can keep it together while I assemble the brush barrels and brushes. Is Carl in here? Hey, Steffi. Hope you and Mike and the family are doing well. Hope if he's at home, I hope he's doing good. If he's at work, I hope he's dealing with it. That sucks. They called him back in. And just like Rich said the other night, productivity goes down when people go back to the office. So, hey, there's Carl. Hey, Carl, your box came in today, buddy. We'll open it up Saturday night if that's good with you. All right, so all I'm going to do now is just put the spring and brush in there. And before I put the brush in, I'll show everybody again. This one wants to go. So you're going to want to put the flat side of the new brush in the brush barrel. And then, like I mentioned last night, I always give them a little push, make sure everything's free and nothing's snagging up. And then see how there's a concave in that brush? See that? You're going to want to, when you're sliding it back in, you're going to want to orientate that to where that's going to ride flush on the stator. During reassembly, make sure you're pushing in straight. There we go. You can grab your needle nose and give it the old extra push just to make sure if you want. I usually wait till both sides are done, but if you don't want to accidentally forget, then you might want to do it right after you do each one. So. Oh, wow. Good catch. I got two springs rolled together. So if I can't get them untangled real quick, I'm just going to drop them out, drop out a new one. I thought that looked kind of funky when I picked it up. So there it is right there, see? And then there's the other one. So yeah, there were two wound in together. Definitely want to make sure you don't do that. One's all you need. Once again, flat side goes in. Give it a little pushy. There's the concave side. We'll make sure that it sits flush. Okay. And then this is when I usually do it, is like this. So, and like I said last night, I always give it a little twist just to make sure there's nothing binding. And yay, thumbs up, we're golden. So the next thing we need to do, move that over here, is where are they at? Get our dual springs on there. Hey, T-Man. Hey, Terry. Oh, pre-break-in. Boy, John, you got all the fancy tools. But you worked on G Plus cars, so I understand. Nice. I will be away for your birthday dinner. Is it your birthday this week, Carl? Sorry, I'm just now reading that, man. Hey, Ricky, thanks for showing up, man. And Carl, if it is, you gotta let me know so I can send you a birthday pit kit for being a channel member. All right. Well, hey, everybody, stop real quick and give Carl a happy birthday. Yay. Happy birthday, buddy. And what kind of a pit kit do you want? A 4-gear extraction or a Ultra G? Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, help him. Happy birthday, man. It only comes once a year, so let's help him celebrate. Pause for the cause, man. You seriously 22? I can't remember 22 anymore. I think he meant the 22nd. But I get what you're laughing at, Paul. So there's what I do. This is a Mark Slot Car Garage tip. Crisscross the top of the dual spring over there on the top of that little tab. Well, what kind of pit kit does Kim want, John? We can't leave Kim out of this. She puts up with you all week, man. Her. Okay. Well, I may have to surprise her then. So there we go. Got them both crossed up there, so we're good to go. And Carl, did you tell me what kind of pick kit you want? No, I don't see it yet. Way past 22. I don't know that I'd want to be 22 again. Give me 32, not 22. Those cars are about 40 years old. Yeah. Four gear. All right, Carl. Well, happy birthday, buddy. And if you want me to wait to open your box until you can be with us on the show, buddy, that's not a problem. I'll set it off to the side because I always like to open up the stuff that people send when they're actually watching. Carl wants an F56 F100 pick kit, right, Carl? Oh, well, you're welcome, Kim. I didn't know you were listening. Happy birthday to Kim, too. Everyone stop and give Kim a happy birthday. Carl and Kim. Yes, Carl. 56 F100. Listen to you guys. It's all the following Saturday. Okay, we'll set it aside, Carl. No, that's not a problem, man. No, thank you for sending it. And happy birthday, Kim. Everyone's happy birthday. Yay. So now I've got the chassis back in there. I've been reading. Sorry, I didn't even realize you guys couldn't see what I was doing. I forget I got to lean over the table. But I uncrisscrossed the springs. So now we're ready to modify the shoes. And once again, I have to get rid of those dual tabs right there in order to let the spring slide smoothly. So I just grab the old needle nose and modify. John, do you have some fancy tool that does these too? So we're getting rid of those little tabs. Now that dual spring can slide freely on there. Does takes these little tabs off the springs. I mean, you have every other little tool. I mean, I figured you might have this tool too. Oh, Kevin. Yeah, yeah. You may have to accidentally steer into the Hobby Lobby parking lot by accident and go, oh, my bad. Well, while we're here, let's just step inside. Uh, all I'm doing while I'm trying to read is a Dremel. You know, believe it or not, I tried that, John. And what I found was is I was ruining more shoes with the Dremel than I was with my handy dandy needle nose. Because basically all I'm doing is grabbing that tab that was on there and then I'm just rolling it over and snapping it off. And you don't have to worry about those edges right there because the shoe's riding on the top. So it's just, you just need to make sure the top's clear. And then I don't know about your guys's needle nose, but mine have those little serrations in there, and I can get rid of any little burrs. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Thank you for putting up with John. He's a good guy. He just little hard to handle. But the good ones are. There we go. Bingo was his name. We have easy action, no hanging up. I figured you might like that. You're trying to forget yours. I don't have birthdays unless it's the lotto. So here's the moment of truth. Did Scott build one that's going to run? Ooh, boy. And that's with no oil. Not hard with my lame memory. Rich knows I can build a TYCO. And I watched Rich rebuild my TYCO. So I know he can build a TYCO too. And I watched Rich rebuild a TYCO today. So yeah, no, that's going to be a good one, man. When it's screaming like that with no oil on a 9-volt. Yeah. Mike Oliver, you and Patrick Clark have a couple of winners, man, without a doubt. In case you just now tuning in, I already rebuilt the giveaway car for this Saturday night. And here's that chassis. It's a 440 Magnum. And it needs oil. But I'm not going to oil everything up until I'm done putting all the tires and wheels on. Well, yeah, but I forgot watching it. Yeah, whatever, Rich. Where's that little poo emoji? Because I think that's what you're feeding me a line of. Rich is Mr. TYCO. Bob Beers calls him for advice. Well, Rich, why haven't you hooked us up? Crack me up. Hey, how long did it take me to do this one? Hey, about the same as last night. That worked out. So just a friendly reminder, this Saturday night, subscriber side, someone's going to win this body with this brand new rebuilt chassis, new tires, no new fuzz, and it'll be all oiled up and ready to go. Mike Oliver and Patrick Clark, I will get your guys' boxed up, and they will go out tomorrow. But tonight, so we're going to have a little intermission. So tonight at 6:30, Bob at the Electric Avenue. He thinks. So please, I encourage everybody to go by, because if I read the post right, tonight is TYCO night. So while I'm here and we got a couple of seconds, someone tell me that's racing, what are the modifications that are allowed on your TYCOs? Paul, Kevin, I know you guys race. You still here? Silicone tires and everything else is stock? Y'all have had beers in my Do you call them Bob? Okay. So what you're telling me is you can't even replace the shoes? They have to be stock shoes? So these ski shoes would be illegal? Everything stock. Wow. Boy, Bob runs a tight ship. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to use these old crappy things. Wow. Okay. I'd be a cheat. Yeah. Well, as much as I modify Tycos, that's stock to me. So I guess it's all on your version of stock, but these shoes and those dual springs, I get it. You're trying to keep the cost down, so I get it. Yeah. But if someone wanted to do it, it's not, yeah, marginal. Slot car Santa showed up. One item looks suspect. I may rant on tonight's video. All right, Joe, we'll look for that. Forget Bob. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Yeah, there you go, B-Rad. Acceptable upgrade. Oh, a fun race night. Okay, so not for points or anything. All right, Joe. We'll look for the video tonight. Try to check it out over at Bob's at the Electric Avenue here in a little while. Yeah, Bobby's Electric Avenue, Rich. So, yeah, no, I understand why he does that to keep it fair. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I was going to say some Tycos come with flat shoes, so that might be a thing that you might have to address. Unless he just makes, like some stock classes require a step shoe, and that's what they call a step shoe. There it goes. Yeah, step shoe. So I get it, you know, but that'd be a nice little upgrade if you could do it. I mean, yeah, no, 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 not Bob Beers, Rich. Yeah, no. See you, Joe. Take care, buddy. Interesting. Well, I'm going to have to get me some stock parts. And I'm going to test that. I am literally going to get me. No, you know what I'll do? I'll just go grab me a brand new 440 times 2 chassis, brand new, and then I'll get another brand new chassis and I'll make these upgrades and I'll put them on my track and we'll see how much of a difference it makes. Same body. Yeah. Hey, Al. Mustang Josh. Yeah, no, Josh is a super nice guy. Yeah. Yeah, they're always slapping weight or restrictor plates on our Fords because the other manufacturers can't keep up. It's an unfair advantage. Oh. Fun fact, that's the reason why NHRA went to big blocks is because there wasn't a small block made that could hang with the 351 Cleveland, and they wanted to try to make it fair. So when they made it fair, basically all they did was Chevrolet. In case you guys don't know, a Chevrolet big block is like a 351 Cleveland as far as head design goes, except for the symmetrical ports. But now, even then, people make symmetrical port big block Chevy heads. So all a big block Chevy is just a big block with Cleveland heads on it, more or less. Am I right, John? It's just the way I look at it. And then, fun little fact: the wonderful LS motor has the very same architecture. A lot of the design is from a small block Ford, so it's pretty cool. Oh, the stupid Arrow War. See, that's what they need to get rid of. You want to see NASCAR take off again? In my humble opinion, make them drive the cars that you see on the street and put a front air dam and a spoiler in the back. Run what you brung. And if your car can't keep up because it's a brick, that's not the other manufacturer's fault. Build a better car. But that's just my opinion. That's why I loved old NASCAR. You saw Buicks and you saw Oldsmobiles and every make and model. Anybody thought that they could get an advantage, and they were stock looking. Hell, my grandfather used to run NASCAR dirt tracks and then drive his car home. Yeah, see, Rich, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If they want to put a damn Hemi in there and let a rip tater chip, let them run. The only reason why you didn't see the Boss 429 in NASCAR is because NASCAR heard it was coming and they said, no, you can't put it in there. And then they said, no more Hemis. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. And my opinion obviously doesn't mean shit, but I'm just saying. That's why whenever I got into drag racing, I never got into bracket racing that much. That's all I had when we first started, and I hated it. If I want to race against the clock, I'll race against the clock. I like heads up racing, and that's whenever I did my semi-professional with my dad, that was heads up. There were certain rules. If you had a big block, your car had to weigh so much, and you could only use so much nitrous. If you were a small block, you could weigh less, and you could use more nitrous or more boost or whatever. What I'm saying? Try to balance it all out or whatever. But it allowed everybody to run what you brung and hope you brought enough bullets to the gunfight. Yeah. No, the 500 did suck. See, a Mark 7 in NASCAR. See, a little fun fact, in case you guys didn't know this, I know a lot of useless stuff. Rusty Wallace, when he was still racing NASCAR and he was Penske South, which he is part owner of, by the way, they designed a Lincoln Mark 7 and took it out on the track, and it was like 5 aero points better than anything else on the track, and NASCAR said no. But they actually built one. Nepo driver causing the trash, yeah. Yeah, my car, it did. It sucked. First one across the line wins. Yep, run what you brung. Oh, now my car, that would be badass. John Andretti did it, and it flew. Yes, exactly. Yeah, some of the old stuff. Yeah, they had Lincoln and Mercury in NASCAR. It was like I was explaining to Steven with Rooster Racing, and I was talking to him and Jamie, and they had me on speakerphone. I was like, I'm a big Ford fan because, like everybody, it's usually an inherited thing. If your parents or your uncle or your dad or your grandpa or somebody's a big manufacturer fan, then you jump on that bandwagon and go from there. And so with me, it was with Ford, but even if it wasn't with my dad, steering me that direction because of all the cars that he was building and stuff, I would have preferred to have been with Ford anyway, because the history of Ford Motor Company was built on race winnings. Henry Ford won a race, took the money from that race and owned half of Ford and got investors for the other half of Ford, and they started Ford Motor Company. So literally the whole company was started with race winnings. And then another fun fact, Chevrolets, the Chevrolets, they worked for Ford. The Dodge boys, they worked for Ford. So Ford branched off all these other manufacturers because they hated Henry Ford because he was a jerk. But besides the point, but it all started with Ford and their manufacturing process. And I just love the way that, like I said, started a company with race winnings. That's pretty badass. Hey, Jimbo, thanks for showing up, man. Just got back from the dog, Sammy. Sammy dragging you around the neighborhood. Hey, Tommy. Yeah, a lot of them came over. Yep. I know the feeling, buddy. My dog walks me. Hey, Fox and Walls. Hey, Scott, hope this ain't a Ford preach. Hey, Fox and Walls, I don't know if you got to watch the Bathurst 12 hours Bathurst, whatever, however, which way it goes. Irregardless, here's a funny for you guys. The only Mustang that was entered in the GT3 class for that race qualified 9th for the race. It made it to the top 10 for the pole qualifying, but didn't do worth a crap in that. Anyway, qualified 9th and was out in the first 20 minutes. Didn't even make it a full hour and it was already out. So poor Ford. So I'm sure to all of my other make supporters out there, they were quite happy to see the Mustang on the side of the road smoking. Because that's what it was doing. I was all excited. And then, oh, nice. We got the whole Italian thing really going now. Are you laughing at my poor Mustang, Rich? Yeah. The only thing I kept thinking to myself is, God, I hope nobody notices that. And here I just told everybody. Sorry, but yes, no, I still watch the race, even though, because I love that racing. And the Mustang did win the Australian Supercar Championship last year. So yay, Mustang. And the Mustang is also in DTM, and the European DTM series starts up here real soon. Me either, Tommy. Nobody laughed at Tommy Kendall. Nope. He was a driver. Yeah. Yeah. Well, every manufacturer has Chinesium parts in them. That's good stuff. Well, actually, I'm already done, and I'm just having fun rapping with you guys. Is there something you want to see, or something? Got any questions or something like that? I mean, we got more people watching now than whenever I was working on the chassis. So people are tuning in going, what the hell are we doing? It's just a sit around and talk with Scott? Crack me up. Hey, there's Mike. Hope you had a good drive home, buddy. Steph said you were on your way back. Hope you had a good day at work, if there is such a thing. The slot car's on your drive home from work. Oh, nice. Well, here, while we're here, I can give. I know John got his stuff delivered. See if anybody else got their stuff delivered. Rick got his stuff. Haven't seen Rick in here. Devin got his. Barry got his. Yeah. Yeah, Rich, you already got yours. Yep, okay. Campfire chat with Scott without the campfire. Yeah. You nailed it, Steve. Yeah. No campfire and a virtual chat. The only package that came in today is from Carl. And we're going to open this up a week from Saturday because this week is Carl's birthday on the 22nd, and him and the family are going to go out. Oh, thank you, Al, for letting me know. So no, B-Rad, I haven't. The Postal Service is, in fact, the package that Monty sent me, the last update, he mailed that off. I took a picture. Just a second. I can tell you exactly. He mailed it on February the 3rd. And as you can see, the last update, February the 10th. And today's the 17th. So they haven't even updated his package in a week. Pretty sad. Spook stories. It has to be better. Nice. Yeah, so the Postal Service is not on my good side, not on Monty's good side, not on B-Rad's good side. Yeah. It was 70. Nice. It was supposed to be warm here today too, but the clouds came out and it didn't get as warm as I think they thought it was going to get. I'm not going to complain. It's not snow or ice like they're calling for later. Not on anyone's good side. Exactly, Josh. Hmm. I was trying to see if there's anything interesting I can show you, but I haven't. I've been buying slot cars because I've been trying to get the Mustang going. So, um, oh no, Tommy. You know I hate it. I hate after Christmas. I'm done with cold weather. It can just go away. Well, here. I know what you guys can help me out with real quick. Well, I've got everything set up here. Okay, let's see. So we got, yeah, see, so yeah, these 440 Magnum chassis as an example. Oh, oops. I was holding it over there to show, and those come factory with ski shoes. And here's the black wide pan that I was telling you about. That's good for handling. It's good and stiff. So since we're giving away one narrow pan already, and it's a 440 Magnum, we'll give away another 440 Magnum. So to the channel members that are watching right now, you guys tell me, and I'll rebuild because there's other rear ends in there. So I'll find a rear end that'll work. Let's see. what body. Oh, hey, look at that. B-Rad included some factory step shoes. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Oh, roll car. Okay. So channel members, I'm going to swing the camera around here. You guys tell me which body you want to try to win Saturday night with your rebuilt chassis. That comes with a 440 times 2. So yellow, red, black, or vet. I was going to say the black one's pretty badass. My car says black. Josh says black. Oh, I missed that. I guess I was out running errands when that happened. Sounds like it's a good thing I did miss it. I don't want to hear about him, watch him crap his pants. Okay, so the only 2 people have said anything. 3 people, 2 people, black. Black. Okay, so let's go with black. Yeah, the wing's not actually broken. See, it's got a little bend in it right there, but and I'll clean it up and I'll give it the old Scott detail. So is mine. Uh-oh. Josh thinks this is an auction. There we go. So I'll look in the book and see what wheels go with that, because we have several rear ends to choose from. So there we go. Guess I could look right now. I'll stay on for another 5 minutes. Well, see, they show a black number. Here, let me change the camera view. They show this one. Knocked over my oil. That ain't good. But that one's black with blue. Good luck tonight, Fox and Walls. Have fun. If you guys missed Rich's TYCO Tuesday, we're giving it away Saturday night, T-Man. It's a joint giveaway from B-Rad's Slot Car Circuit and Scott's House of HO Racing. So you know what? I'm just going to go to the front of the book. Lamborghini. Countach, 33 and 65. There it is. So it should have white wheels. So I'll find some white wheels. Car 21. Hey, man, that's a 3. And I guess I'll change out the chassis because it's supposed to come with a 440 times 2. 21. Oh, nice, James. So we'll keep the front wheels, but I'll find the rear axle and we'll change over to a 440 times 2 chassis. There. That may be as close as I can get to white. Yeah. I think the other white one's on the I don't know that someone put silver on there. Oh, there it is for the TYCO. So yeah. That's the benefit of having one of these cases is being able to just go through there and find parts that you might need to mix and match and get cars correct. Like I found the glass for the vet. So cool. Hey Chris, thanks for showing up, man. The track's looking great. Oh, Blue Ridge Racing. Is that Chris? I'm sorry if it's not Chris. There's someone else that's got one too, a Blue Ridge. My apologies. If it's not Chris. All right, it is Chris. All right, yeah. So no, I've been loving the videos. I'm glad to see you're back, man. You've got an awesome collection of cars too, and a smart man keeping those away from the grandkids. That's when you break out the auto world and say, play with those all you want. I'm just saying, that's how I would do it. I mean, when I have people come over that have never raced before, they don't race cars out of this cabinet. They race cars out of that cabinet. Yeah, I give them the stock beaters that are, that look like this already. You know what I'm saying? They're already broken, busted up. They don't like those. Well, nobody likes the slow cars, Chris. Come on, Grandpa. They're using the DeFalcos now. Oh, see, they've stepped up. So here's the trick. If you do put your nice cars on the track, just kill the voltage. Make it to where they can hold that trigger wide open and they won't go off the track. That would be what I would do. I know you've got those Auto World adjustable power supplies, unless you stepped up. And I am going to try to get one of those little DeFalco power tap adapters so you can use your good controllers instead of the little kitty controllers, just so I can do that. Cool. Well, guys, before I get off here, just a friendly reminder. Congratulations to Carl on his birthday, Kim on her birthday. Congratulations to Mr. Patrick Clark and Mike Oliver. Your cars are have been officially built. They're ready to roll. I will get them boxed up and they will be shipped out tomorrow. So you guys look for your emails. Members, I'm going to rebuild the other chassis. Members, Saturday night, you're going to have a chance to win this one rebuilt. And then on the subscriber side, this one's already been rebuilt. And once I clean the axles off and put new tires on it, it'll be good to go. But I'm going to detail the body on all of those first before I mail them out. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing while I'm watching Bobby at the Electric Avenue tonight. So I want to wish all the racers good luck that are still here for tonight. I get out there, light some sparks and melt some plastic, do my TYCOs proud. I know Rich and I and G-Bud will all be cheering you on, all of us that are TYCO fans. And I'm glad that Bob added that new chassis to the event. And I think it's going to be a winner because they're just so easy to work on. It's not like slot cars in general are hard to work on, but TYCOs are pretty easy. And that's why I do these videos, to show that I don't have to have any glasses or magnifying or anything. And I actually just use my simple little fingers to put it together instead of using, special tools or whatever, stuff like that. So the tools make it easier, but that's not a requirement. So don't be afraid to tear apart your TYCO. You can put it back together and you can make it run. And if you have any questions, obviously we've got a great community of people here that would be more than happy to help. So real quickly, I want to say thank you all for showing up. I didn't expect 10 people to be here this afternoon because I've never been on a Tuesday before, let alone in the afternoon when I'd normally be at work. So thank you to everybody that showed up. Thank you to anybody that watches later. But you guys have a good rest of your afternoon. Rest up. Let's watch some exciting action over at the Electric Avenue at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Thanks, everybody, for showing up tonight or this afternoon. See, my brain's all screwed up. You guys take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.